rock fills. Everyone hears them, everyone plays them, and everyone is a little bit bored of them. Boring. Pretty boring. Yep, that was boring. Oh, actually, that was pretty cool. But what are the elements that made it cool in the first place? That's what we are going to explore today. Hello, my friends. Gabe here from drumbeatsonline.com. And did you know that like 98.36% of all rock fills are played using one secret sticking pattern? Do you want me to tell you what it is? Because honestly, I'm not sure that you can handle it. Okay, are you ready? All right, the sticking pattern is right, left, right, left. Yep, I'm talking about a single stroke roll. So you might ask, why single strokes? Well, I think it's because it's a rudiment that can be played fast, it can be played hard, and it can be moved around the kit very easily, which is all really important in rock music. But unfortunately, after a while, 16th notes around the toms just starts to sound boring. So today I'm going to teach you 3 steps to take your rock fills from this to this. Okay, so step 1, we are actually starting off with single strokes. We're not trying to reinvent the wheel here, but we are trying to transform it and shape it so that it can turn into something a lot more interesting. So the first way we are going to transform it is by adding accents. Now, accenting is simply when you just hit a note harder than the rest of the notes. So to show you a basic example of this, let's take the 16th note single stroke roll and just accent every quarter note. Now this is a concept for you to explore in any way that you want to, but let me give you a more creative example. Let's take the accent pattern and accent that first right, and then after that we will accent the left, right, right, and then repeat that again, left, right, right. Now we have a pattern that sounds like this. So the great thing about this is once you establish an accent pattern, you can simply apply each accent to a different drum around the kit. And guess what? Now you have some pretty cool drum fills. So you can get totally creative with this, changing accent patterns and changing how you apply the accent patterns to the drum set. But now let me show you how we can take this accent pattern and apply it to the kit and turn it into a real rock fill. Check it out. So the second step that we can take to improve our rock fills is by breaking up this single stroke roll pattern by adding in kick drums and diddles. So for example, let's take our 16th note single stroke roll and start replacing notes with kick drums. Now remember, this is a concept, so I want you to be creative with it, but for the sake of this example, let's just put a note here, here, and here. So now we have a single stroke pattern of 4, 3, 2, and then 4. So let's hear the difference real quick simply on the snare drum. All right, so as you can see, this already breeds new life within the pattern itself. You could just play that on the snare drum and the kick, and it'd be a pretty cool fill. But we can continue to be creative and explore with this pattern. So maybe with each group of single strokes, we change the drum that we're on. So this could simply be moving it around the kit or trying to experiment even more with it. Having that single note on the kick drum gives you just enough time to move your hands in different places and gives the pattern a lot more freedom and allows you to have a lot more creativity with it. So now let's move it around the kit. Another thing we can do to break up the pattern here is by incorporating diddles or double strokes into your rock fills. This is something that most rock drummers just simply don't do. So for the sake of this example, let's take our single stroke roll, but also combine it with the pattern of right, left, left, kick. So that double left there will add some dynamic to have a quiet double stroke in the middle of your fill, and then the kick will allow you the freedom to move it around the kit a little bit more. So again, let's start off with this pattern on the snare drum, and then after that, we will move it around the kit. Check it out. Now, step 3 is to incorporate flams, hurtas, and cymbals within your rock fills. Flams are going to add power, hurtas are going to add speed, and crashes are going to add like color and texture and just a different sound within your rock fill that is going to help it be more creative. So if you aren't familiar, a flam is a rudiment where you hit both sticks almost at the same time. One stick is going to hit slightly before the other one. That's going to be called your grace note. As a result, you get a more powerful and fatter sound from your drum. And a hurta is a pattern that is simply just right, left, but you're combining 32nd notes with 16th notes. So that first right, left is played as 32nd notes, and the second 2 notes are played as 16ths. So now using all of the elements from each step, I was able to come up with a rock fill that I thought sounded pretty cool. So let me walk you through it real quick. So for the first part of the fill, I used the standard single stroke roll just around the kit. But then I broke it up with a kick drum and then came down with a flam to add the power. Then immediately afterwards, I added a diddle on the snare drum, then a hurta between the rack tom and the snare, and then a crash for some texture. And then I broke it up with a kick again, and then finally single strokes down the toms to finish it out. So like I said, you can apply all of these concepts to your rock fills in whatever way you choose. This is just the way that I chose to do it. So let's hear what this fill sounds like at a few different tempos. Check it out. All right, so now I want to hear what you come up with. If you either create your own fill or replicate the fill that we learned here today, post it on Instagram and tag me. In 1 week, I will choose one lucky winner to send my custom Vic Firth I Prevail sticks to. So check back here in a week in the comments and I will announce the winner. Now, if you are a drummer that often finds themselves falling into these drumming ruts, I actually made a free quiz just for you. A lot of us have one major progress killer that is holding us back from getting better at the drums and keeping us in that drumming rut. There are actually 5 different progress killers. But I made a free quiz for you to be able to find out what your progress killer is and how to overcome it. If you want to check it out, you can click right up here or in the link in the description below. All right, so there you have it. There are 3 steps for you to improve your rock fills on the kit. Like I said earlier, so many rock drummers are playing the same fills. So hopefully you can take these 3 steps and create something really, really cool. Thank you so much for watching. I genuinely appreciate it very much. Stay true, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.